Right, well I've replaced the transistor. That's it there. That's the new one. Right, I'll turn the camera on and see what happens. I've got no difference. I'll do some checks. And this is base. That's collector. Emitter of that transistor. Right, I'll do some DC voltage measurements around these two transistors. See if that'll tell us a bit more about what's going on. So at the base of that first transistor, it should be minus 2.1 or minus 2.53. You've got there. I don't know why it's not got showing decimal point. It's a bit dodgy, this multimeter. Well, that's roughly right. Emitter 0 volts. Collector should be 0.65, 0. So that's also base Q602, and collector note there, and it should be 1.16 according to that. Emitter should be 0, which is right. So I think I'll take this other transistor out and test it. I can't really test it in circuit because of other stuff that it's connected to and whatnot. So I'll take it out, I'll desolder it and give it a test. Right, I've got that other transistor out and give it a test. So it's alright, it's not up with it. So it's not them two transistors, so I have to go back to circuit and have a look and do some more measurements. It's got to be something else. Right, I'm going to measure the collector of that first transistor with this one out of circuit. So I've got 0 volts there. That's at the base. So I think it must be not getting pulled up. If we have a look at circuit diagram, so this is collector of that first transistor, that Q601. It should be 0.65 volts, it says, with that. That's with that one in circuit. So there's a resistor here. Other side of this resistor, it should be 1.93 volts, and this goes to heater. And other side at heater, you got this 8 volts. And that comes from down here. This is 9 volts. Goes through this little square. I'm not sure what that is. There's no like component reference next to it, or I'll tell you what it is. And then through this L602 inductor, and then it's there's this part here and wiper that goes to this, and then they're both connected to that, which is the heater. So I mean, I think there must be 9 volts, because that's what that chip runs off, that SSG, it runs off that 9-volt rail. So I wonder what, I'll check it, I'll test this. That's also connected to pin 1 of that that transformer, so I'll test there and see what's going off it, but it's got to be somewhere around here. Right, test pin 1 of this transformer, nothing. So there's no voltage, that 9-volt didn't get into there. I'll see if I can find that. I'll find that inductor. I think we might have found the problem here. So this is L602, that inductor, and then and in series with it, which is must be what that little square is, CP602. So that's a circuit protector. It's like a fuse. I bet it's that. Let's test it. Right, so CP602, this is one side of it, 9 volts, another side 0. So that must be open. So it's that. So that's stopping everything else. So I have to find out what this CP602 is. I looked in the service manual for this part, and it gave me the part number, but I couldn't find any information about it. It didn't, you know, it didn't say anything in the thing of like the rating of it, and I couldn't find anything like searching on the internet or out like that, like a data sheet. It's just some JVC part number, but they have helpfully printed it on the actual thing. You won't be able, this is it here, and there's also another one at the same over here. Now you won't be able to see it because it's like small print and it's on the wrong side on there, but this one over here is the same part, and it says 500 milliamps on it. So I don't know whether that's like a fast blow or slow blow thing. Don't say like T or F or anything. It just says 500 milliamps. I think 50 degree 500 milliamps, 125 volts. I maybe put a quick blow one in to be on the safe side, and then if it blows under normal operation, I'll put a slow blow one in. But I ain't got one. I'll need to get some little fuses, this size fuse, and solder it in. But what I'll do for the time being, to test it out, I'll do a bodge and I'll just get a full size fuse and solder some leads to it and solder it on. I'll put a bit of tape around it or something to stop it catching. Well, I'll just put it on the other side of the board, just like solder it here, and see, get to try and see if that sorts it out. Hopefully we'll get a picture. Right, I've soldered a fuse across that circuit protector. So I'll switch it on now and see what happens. And it's fired up. It's in black and white, but that's to be expected really. It's getting a decent picture in black and white, but so that's the first problem solved. I'll just have to get a proper fuse, like a little miniature fuse, and wire it in on there with that plastic covering on it and whatnot. next thing to do is to try and fix the colour problem, but I think I'll leave it there for this video. Next one I'll try and have a look at the colour, see if we can get some colour, and then hopefully it'll be fully working if we can do that, although I have a feeling when we do get colour there might still be some problems.